All right. To the issue at hand. Is the internet in peril?
Who cares?
Debate. Well, there's debate over the future of the.
You'll need it, buddy. Anyways, go ahead.
He's doing it too now. Debate over the future of the internet has erupted in recent months as word has begun to spread of another attempt to repeal net neutrality regulations adopted by the Obama administration in 2015. For those unfamiliar with net neutrality, it is in a nutshell the concept of unfiltered internet where users can access any website or service without restriction. In 2015, I think it was, broadband access was classified under Title II, which in essence treats it as a public utility. This allows the U.S. government to install regulations on private internet providers. Yeah. In short, it prevents internet providers from interfering with which websites you can access through their services. So let's say, for instance, it prevents whatever your ISP is from saying you can't download episodes of Here's What I Don't Get.
Yeah.
Or if you do download them, they're going to download really, really slow. But you could download a competing podcast really quickly. Or vice versa. Earlier this year, FCC Chairman, what the hell is this dude's name? Ajit Pai?
Cunt, bitch, douchebag.
Oh, I know what your side on. What side you're on this one?
No, not necessarily.
Announced plans to attempt to have broadband reclassified under Title I, thus allowing broadband providers to throttle or restrict internet access at will. So in other words, to give internet providers the freedom, deregulate them so that they can do whatever the hell they want. A cursory Google search will provide arguments for both for and against the so-called repeal of net neutrality. Those against claim that repealing net neutrality will allow internet elites to silence the voices of those they disagree with, and that smaller startups would be unable to compete with established corporations due to crony capitalism. Those who argue in favor of the repeal argue that the government is too slow and cumbersome to effectively shepherd the internet, which will stifle the innovation that thrives in the private market. They also argue that it is the concept of the free market that will prevent internet providers from interfering with internet access, as competition would quickly spring up to offer unfettered internet at a lower price. The FCC will vote on Chairman Pai's proposal on December 14th.
So here's the issue that I have with the net neutrality. One, the left is very, very, very for it, and that's a huge red flag. Because anytime that they're very, very for something, it makes me very suspicious.
Right?
Like when they're
especially when the name itself, it's like it's all sweet and charming. It's like net neutrality. There's nothing wrong with this. You can't be offended by this. And it's like, yeah, read it. It's not what you think it is.
The other issue that I have with it is the people that are arguing that we need net neutrality with where the ISPs can't filter shit are the exact same fucking people that when someone gets deplatformed from Twitter or YouTube say they're a private company, they can do what they want. And you can't fucking have both. Either they're all private companies and they can do whatever the fuck they want, or they're a public good and they need to be fucking regulated and they shouldn't be able to just fucking ban and get rid of people and deplatform and shadow ban and shit, because that's not fucking okay. So, like, there's this dichotomy of what is okay and what is not okay that come from these people. And it's also really fucking amorphous as to what we mean when we talk about net neutrality, because I am for net neutrality. I think the internet should be completely free and neutral and not under the control of any governmental organization. Like,
Wait. How do you keep it that way without net neutrality being in place? You can't say it's free of government.
Exactly.
They're in control of it either way.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, like, everybody should be able to access. So, for instance, I pay for 150 megabytes per second speed. I should be able to access anything on the internet at that speed because I'm paying for that speed. Similarly, everybody should have an equal platform to buy a domain, set up a website, and shout whatever the fuck they want to off into the ether.
Yeah. And then the provider that comes out and says, yes, I won't throttle you and I will be able to put it out to all these different ones is going to be that provider that everybody's going to flock to. And I mean, any provider
the problem is that it's not just this net neutrality where they can't throttle you. There's other regulations already in place that fuck you out of that provider ever coming along. Because that's the problem. That's what I'm saying is like the net neutrality thing. There's so many of the government government-born monopolies. Yeah.
I mean, there's like these areas that get taken over by just one group, like Comcast or something.
Yeah.
And that's the only option you have. And what I would like it's like the main thing that people keep coming to me about. It's like, they're going to throttle Facebook or they're going to throttle Netflix.
Facebook.
Or they're going to do. And I'm like, no, they're not. Fucking Facebook is Facebook is telling you that because Facebook desperately wants to back net neutrality. Reddit wants to desperately back net neutrality. And I would love to pay for like $5 a month to get every other website on the fucking, like, on the internet that isn't Netflix, isn't Facebook, isn't all those things. Fuck those ones. Like, yeah, I'll pay for a slower one over here. Just give me the option.
The issue with the Facebook is that Facebook is the gatekeeper of the internet now.
Yeah.
Like they're who most average people access content through Facebook. So when Facebook deplatforms something or changes the way its algorithm shows you things, they essentially are not keeping a neutral internet, but they're the ones that are for this neutral internet. I mean, it's all fucking bullshit.
Well, it's gross, man. Like this show, okay, like what's the likes at right now on the Facebook profile?
Around 260 something.
Okay, so like I
was just waiting for that, you fucking prick.
So for an example, like my Paraguayan wrestling company still has 21,000 likes on its Facebook page. And if we wanted to advertise for an event to just people in Paraguay and just in an area that we really wanted to like say, hey, you know, these are the fans that we want to, like, you liked my page, you should be able to get my thing. We did a calculation of it, and it's going to cost us about $1,500 just to get half of those people to get that delivered to them.
The people that already said, I want this delivered to me.
Yeah.
And so fuck Facebook. Like, this is why I'm saying to you, Tab, like, somebody's got to like back away from these things. You got to try to find your other ins and outs, man.
Well,
like,
I'm not on
This show
Facebook.
should be done on ham radio. This show should just be done on ham radio or
I always wanted a
shortwave.
ham radio show.
I always wanted a ham.
Yeah, we can
Or
tell.
just CBs. Just do it over CBs.
Fucking prick.